Okay, remember that they are changing my voice. This is Jeremiah 25, part 1. Today they've made it clear to me that they're using all the technology at their disposal to try to make it so I seem gay, to cover up the kind of soothing African martial, divine, holy warrior voice that goes far beyond other groups of people. And their orders are to continue doing that. Their orders from the Satanists, the deep state, the state, what have you. And so they're not going to stop, to their extreme shame, right? Pretty straightforward. Okay, the whole group. Jeremiah 25, 70 years of captivity. The word came to Jeremiah concerning all the people of Judah in the 4th year of Jehoiakim, son of Josiah, king of Judah, which was the 1st year of Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon. So Jeremiah the prophet said to all the people of Judah and to all those living in Jerusalem, for 23 years, from the 13th year of Josiah, son of Ammon, king of Judah, until this very day, the word of the Lord has come to me, and I have spoken to you again and again, but you have not listened again. He's spoken to them again and again, and they have not listened to them. The same thing Christ recorded, when he said, reported when he said that, they keep killing the prophets. Jerusalem, you who kill the prophets, and the kingdom of heaven will be taken away from you, because they can't do whatever they want, right? God didn't choose them in the sense they can do whatever they want. He makes that clear again and again. Deuteronomy, Leviticus, again and again. Jeremiah, just again and again and again. But it gets confusing because at times God is speaking out to the righteous and saying, I'm going to rescue you from these people and I will restore you to heaven if you remain righteous, right? Okay. They said, turn now each of you from all your ways and your evil practices, and you can stay in the land the Lord gave to you and your ancestors forever and ever. Again, it says, turn now each of you from your evil ways and your evil practices, right? Time is running out for them at this point in the story. Do not follow other gods to serve and worship them. Do not arouse my anger with what your hands have made. Then I will not harm you. But you did not listen to me, declares the Lord, and you have aroused my anger with what your hands have made, and you have brought harm to yourselves. Therefore the Lord Almighty says this, because you have not listened to my words, I will summon all the peoples of the north, and my servant Nebuchadnezzar, king of Babylon, declares the Lord, and I will bring them against this land and its inhabitants, and against all the surrounding nations. I will completely destroy them and make them an object of horror and scorn and everlasting ruin. Right? Everlasting ruin. And what? Everlasting ruin. I will banish from them the sounds of joy and gladness, the voices of bride and bridegroom, right? Jerusalem in the sky, God, valid marriages, valid husbands and wives, you name it. The sound of millstones and the light of the lamp. This whole country will become a desolate wasteland, and these nations will serve the king of Babylon 70 years. But when the 70 years are fulfilled, I will punish the king of Babylon and his nation, the land of the Babylonians, for their guilt, declares the Lord, and will make it desolate forever. I will bring on that land all the things I have spoken against, all that are written in the book and prophesied by Jeremiah against all the nations. They themselves will be enslaved by many nations, and great kings will repay them according to their deeds and the work of their hands. Again, the next section is called the cup of God's wrath. We're going to get into that in part 2. It's very important. Now, here it says that God is going to pay them according to their deeds and the work of their hands. Now, logic would tell you, like the king of Egypt when Abraham was there, he said, why didn't you tell me Sarah was your wife? Logic would tell you that the other kings of the nations are watching this example be made at Jerusalem. And they're saying, which one of us is the top martial artist king in reality, right? Sparring, spirit, mind, body, soul, spirit, what have you, in reality, right? And who's going to be replacing the Jewish leadership? The king and kingdom, the king position and the kingdom of heaven will be taken away from. Remember, the king is the gate. Proverbs 16:10, the divine verdicts on the lips of the king. In the Lord's hand, the king's heart is a stream of water that he channels to those who please him. So who's going to be the king? So the Cushites, the Hamites, the Cushites are aware, like Mizraim, Egypt, they're aware that these people are having their position taken from them. Okay, if you go by the Bible as the true story of the human story. Okay. And like with the king of Egypt, they fear God. There was the king of Egypt who gave Sarah back to Abraham. There's the king of Egypt who gave Asenath, the daughter of Potiphar, to be the wife of Joseph. Okay, they're seeing their mistake and they're worshiping the one true God, not the moon or the sun, the one true God in reality. Okay, that's why You see, God gave me the kingdom of heaven. And as Nimrod came from the land of Ham, I see the mistake of his people when I read this story. So when it says in verse 14, they themselves will be enslaved by many nations and great kings. I will repay them according to their deeds and the work of their hands. Do you think I'm going to make any mistakes? You think I'm going to be immoral? No. This is the end. There's no punishment for me, no divine punishment for me, because I'm obeying God to a T. And I'm emphasizing that every day. I say morals, wisdom, righteousness, and I'm living this while I live with my parents as the son of 2 doctors, one a brain surgeon, okay? I'm not indulging in women or money. I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm not an idolater. Okay, any tattoos I have are to tell my life story. They're not something that I worship. I'm doing nothing wrong. Okay? This is the end. There will be no successor after me. The divine verdict, okay, is from me because my heart is with God and in God's hands, and I'm the top martial artist ever possible. You need to understand that. The Jews can't help you. The white man can't help you. The LGBT community can't help you. The American government can't help you. The Catholic Church, the Protestants, you name it, they can't help you. Only I can. You need to understand that.